when you saw the new Captain Marvel movie, did you go and see? You probably wouldn't see any of those superhero movies.
The kids aren't young enough, but all I see is I don't know what it means. Is it a Marvel movie or is that like a?
It's a brand,
a brand for a whole lot of other movies.
So there's DC and Marvel. So DC's Batman, Superman, Marvel's Iron Man, Spider-Man.
And they just keep making the same movie over and over.
Man, it's like, but this one's not bad. Yeah, it is. And because I've got teenagers and they're like, "Oh, Dad, you don't understand. These movies are like for us." And I'm like, "No, you kids don't understand. They're all based on comics that we used to read as kids."
Exactly.
And you know how you know the names of the superheroes are a giveaway?
Yeah.
So there's a great bit in Captain Marvel, which is a young woman who's like 20s. The actress is really good. And she goes, "I'm not Captain Marvel. My name's Carol." It's like Carol. So it's like a semi-retired person who works at the chemist, isn't it? Carol, you got that cream you ordered?
Where's the Panadol? It's up there. I'll get it.
And then you look at all the superheroes. They've got some great names. Iron Man's Tony. Tony's like the guy who had the hotted up car, wasn't he? Yeah. Tony's coming around his car, everyone.
Yeah. Tony smoked pretty young.
Yeah, Tony smoked young. It makes me laugh. You go through all the names. The best one is the Flash is Barry Allen.
So really,
and the Hulk's Bruce. His name's Bruce Banner. Bruce.
So they've run out of ideas, as in they're going back with it and just renaming them. Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah. They just use the same old superheroes that we grew up with. Yeah. But it's hilarious that just their Christian names are just so funny. It's like, imagine being in a car wreck and you're lying there. They go, "Don't worry, we're going to get Bruce, Carol, Tony." And Barry are going to help you out. You're like, what are you getting the local Rotary Club to help me out? I'm bloody stuck under here. I love it. My name's Carol. Oh, okay, Carol.
My party trick used to be doing maybe the music better come in because this gets pretty boring.
Remember you did Superman? What sketch show did we work on in your place? That was funny. We wrote some funny. That was Open Slather. And we wrote a sketch. Did they ever film where you were catching a plane? Superman was catching a plane.
Did we write that?
Yeah, we wrote it.
We never did it.
What was
the idea?
The idea was that you're on a plane and people are going, "Why aren't you flying, mate?" You're like,
"That's funny.
It is a funny idea. Why aren't you flying, mate? You're in business class."
You can fly. You just fly. No, we did do him breaking down, as in he couldn't. He was trying to take off and he couldn't take off.
Oh, that's right. And he got RACV to turn up.
Yeah, and he got under his cape and had a bit of a tinker. And
I remember the airplane when the airplane starts to stall and everyone was looking at him. "Come on, mate, hold the plane up." You know, it's like, oh God. This is getting my flight to Brisbane. No, he's going to Adelaide. That's right. He's getting a flight to Adelaide.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Superman. Yes, it's Superman. Stranger visitor from another planet who came to with the powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. The Superman who can change the course of mighty rivers, bend steel in his bare hands, and who disguised as Clark Kent, fights a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and the American way. And I think that's something we should stand for in this show.
Oh, wow. See, I could do the Wham rap. From Wham, remember Wham? Wise guys realise there's danger in emotional ties. See me single and free, no tears, no fears, what I want to be. 1, 2, look at me, death by matrimony. I remember when. Oh, I've run out. Oh, wow. It's been a bit of a sing-along. Been all sorts of stuff happening.
Old guys doing
raps. Well,
I
mine
must
was
admit,
a rap.
I listened to the our podcast the other day, and we were singing. It didn't sound too bad.
I'm not a fan of our podcast. No, I listened to it.
Listen,
it's exciting on Tuesday morning. You're professional. I mean, do you find it hard to watch yourself on TV shows?
Yeah, no, I can watch myself in character. I can't watch myself
as you,
as me.
So you never saw the panel. You never saw the panel.
No, well, it was live.
Did you watch
it rarely?
Did you watch the sitcom that I did, Dave? You played yourself in that. You watched that?
I didn't like. There was moments that I liked watching that.
Yeah,
because some of the things are based in that. We won't say what bits, but some of it's based in truth.
Yeah,
some weird stuff. Anyway, what were we talking about that for?
Listening to the podcast.
I listened to. I listened to it. Well, I'm listening to it now.
That's weird. I'm listening. Hello to me. Hello to you, Glenn. I often listen when I'm walking or driving.
Yeah, me too. Best way to listen. And I tried to listen to a podcast in the car the other day with Selena, and I don't know. As podcast is an intimate thing, don't you think?
I reckon it is. Yeah,
it's a one thing.
And also, your partner will just go, "What's this? This
is not funny.
What is it?
This is not good."
Yeah. Comments.
Why are you listening to this?
There's comments.
Because you do. You tune in. You get into the vibe.
Yeah.
And
I like it. It's a very personal thing, podcast. I love it. I'm going to Albury tonight. I'll be listening. I've got to give someone a lift, though, which, I love having a big trip and then lining up my podcast to have a listen.
Yeah.
It's good.
Line them up and then they go bang. Have we said...
Hello and welcome to Somehow Related, and now please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Welcome to the podcast. We should say that. Yeah, we should.
We got to give the music a chance to establish itself.
Yeah.
Because like Sam doesn't like to be messed with. Because the guys in the band, and there they are over there. What instruments would be in the theme music?
It was one guy that did the theme. It was Kit Warhurst, who's Myth's brother from Spicks and Specks. I've been on that a few times.
So it's all on a keyboard.
No, he's amazing. He does it like on his. Oh, he's got a studio. Yeah, not just he's got guitars and stuff.
Amazing.
He was in a band called Rocket Science. Very good. But he did the music on Rosehaven. It's the same guy, Kit Warhurst. Yeah,
Very, very talented.
very good. Very good.
So something related, somehow related.
Somehow related.
That's the name of the show. And you're Dave O'Neill, I'm Glenn Robbins. And we get to unrelated topics, and through like CSI investigation, we draw conclusions. And we have a whiteboard. We throw things. Nothing's not on the whiteboard, because there could be a lead in there somewhere.
Yes.
But what happens first, of course, is Sam, who knows the answer.
And we leave the whiteboard up. Don't you love it? Remember when you used to work at Artist Services,
Yes.
and they were a big TV production company.
Yes.
So they produced Fast Forward, Full
Yes.
Frontal,
Yes.
Tonight Live,
Yep.
The Jamone Show, the Eric Anyway, and occasionally you'd walk in a boardroom and there'd be a whiteboard with stuff written on it. And then I would
big
add.
deal.
Yeah, it'd be like a secret.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
new Glenn Robbins show.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah. But then I used to write stuff on it.
Oh, that's good.
Like Mr. Squiggle enters here or something like that. Bring back Mr. Squiggle or something
They had
stupid.
They had a boardroom upstairs which had a window to the street.
Yeah,
they
and you
got
could
they got the whiteboard, turned it round so people in the room couldn't see it, but everyone walking past could see the programming they were going to do for the next 12 months.
Crazy times.
stuff.
Crazy. So what are our topics? Let's hear them. Shall we hear them? All right.
Silly string and broken arms.
What's silly string?
I assume that's a practical joke thing you used to get from the trick shop? In a can? Wasn't it in a can? String in a can. String in a can, it's also known as.
I did a promo for Channel 10 with Rob Sitch, and he had a string. We both squirted each other with string in a can.
Oh, really?
Yep. String in a can or silly string or
A little
whatever
bit
it is.
sexual in a way. Isn't it?
Do you think it was?
Oh, squirting stuff around. Two grown men. You're not in prison.
That's so true. Anytime a grown man does anything that's
Well, squirting sauce or
playful,
Yeah.
you're going, you're a bit weird.
weird. I don't know. I love those. Remember the joke shop? There used to be a joke shop
Oh, and yeah.
in the city. They were in Melbourne. We're from Melbourne, so it was in the city. There'd be a joke
Melbourne?
shop.
No, was it Melbourne?
There was a magic shop and there was a joke shop.
Yeah, because that was my trip to the city. Go to the city, see a film, get a trick from the trick shop.
Yeah, the trick shop. Yeah, and what were the classics? The plastic vomit,
Plastic vomit with the far cushion,
far cushion,
the buzzy
the
handshaker.
electric shop. You know, the same guy invented several of these.
Really?
Yeah, the same guy invented. You know how I know this? When I did my sleep study, the guy putting on the technician who was like a uni student.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I love trivia." He was telling me about his podcast he listens to, and I said, "Well, you should listen to our podcast." And he goes, "I love trivia," and I said, "Well, give me some trivia." And then he couldn't give me any.
Yes.
But then then he said, "Oh no, actually, the guy who invented the vomit was the same guy who invented the electric buzzer or something." I don't know. There's some connection, but it wasn't. I don't think it's somehow related. It's just like the dude had a trick shop factory where he was making fake vomit, fake poo. Electric buzzers.
Once you get onto, the idea, you
Oh,
go,
yeah.
fake poo. The trick to fake poo was to wet it because as the plastic,
Yes.
it needed to, if you want to make fake poo, just get a brown paper bag and run it under water and roll it into a thing. It looks like fake poo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There you go. There's one for your kids.
Bit of a tip.
Yeah.
My kids still love pranks. They love all that stuff.
love a prank.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I remember the cigarette would give you a shock when you pull it out. There was a cigarette.
Oh, it'd go crack or something, wouldn't
it?
Yeah. The teeth. What about there was vampire teeth? There was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was goofy,
Yeah.
funny teeth you could put in.
Daryl Summers.
Oh yeah.
Remember Daryl used to
stood
bang him
by
on?
him.
Oh, nurse. He used to love those teeth. Put in the teeth.
But string in a can or silly string, you got a can like a
what
deodorant,
happened?
and then it would fire out this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That would. But I don't imagine it was a pile of string inside. I reckon it was a
No, it was a chemical, wasn't it?
It was a chemical that when it was
Yeah.
exposed to air sort of went string-like.
Love it.
And then you would be at a party and suddenly someone would start and you'd be squirted by string and it wouldn't hurt or anything.
No, but it sort of stuck, didn't it?
It's stuck. You see, you could cover someone's face in string and...
You know what the trick that my kids have got? They've got a camera that's a squirty water pistol.
Oh, that's good.
That's a kid's
your
party.
photo.
Take your photo, squirt.
See, a party trick is good.
Oh, it's funny. Because occasionally I have to put on puppet shows. They're getting a bit old now, but they always request a puppet show at their party. So they get all little seats and they line up. And I have to. We made like a cardboard box for a while, and we've got Sooty and Sweep.
And then you do...
I do the voices, yeah. And I just get all stuff. I'll have the camera's a good one. The camera is the piece de resistance.
Hang on. They use the camera.
Oh, the puppet uses the camera, yeah.
And the kids come up for a photograph.
Yeah, okay, everyone, we're going to have a photo.
You're good.
I get the
You
puppet
should do
Sooty
more
and
often.
Sweep. And, my partner who doesn't give me many compliments said, I'm actually quite a good puppeteer. I've missed my calling in life.
Well, I used to take my socks off for a niece and then just push the sock into her mouth and go, hello there. What are you doing today?
You should join my puppet show. Do you want to be the
I'll be in
second in
puppet show.
command? Because I would do this. I'd do Sooty, and he'd go, "Well, hello everyone. I'm here today at Barney's birthday party, and Sweepy he doesn't say much. He doesn't say anything, and so I've got to go to the toilet." That gets a good laugh, and then Sweep goes, "Hello everyone. Look at you idiots here today." And then he pumps up and he goes, "Did someone say something? Who was speaking?"
Already. Bit of mystique.
Oh, you watch Sooty and Sweep. You go back and watch on YouTube.
Classic.
I mean, apart from the sort of the creepy dude who does the puppets, there's been several. There was the original guy, right, an old guy, who won a talent competition, and that's how he got a TV show. And then his son took over.
Right.
And his son's the guy with the beard from the 70s that you may remember. And then there's another guy took over. But I watched this Tonight Show. This really, where the original guy, the guy goes on with his son, and his son's now doing Sooty and Sweep. And the host of the show goes, "Can I get you to do a bit of Sooty and Sweep?" to the old guy, and the son won't let him. He goes, "No, I'd rather not, Dad, because I'm Sooty and Sweep.
Now.
It's mine now, Dad. Please don't." Yeah,
That's sad. That's
sad.
Yeah.
But you go and Google some of Sooty and Sweet's puppet shows where they're just not without the guy. They're hilarious.
What about Mr. Squiggle? It took me. It was only recently that I worked out how he did it.
The Man in the Moon. How did he do it? Oh, he drew with his nose, didn't he?
Yeah, but
hurry up.
Yeah, but he was drawing it upside down and going, "Wow, how clever is he?" Drew it.
Oh, it was already drawn on.
No, didn't you work it out?
Oh, it's been filmed. They've turned it upside down.
No.
How is it?
Am I the only one that worked it out?
Yeah, well, possibly.
Well, did Mr. Squiggle have a very high hat?
Yeah.
And the hat went up out of frame?
Ah, so the guy was
just up above the frame and drawing the picture upside down. This was bad. This, and here's a bit of smoke coming out of it. Jimmy and a couple of birds over there. And we turn it around.
So right, I get it.
Wow. So
mind blown. Mind blown.
Mind blown, dude. Well,
Sooty and Sweep.
Oh, this is a spoiler alert.
Well, I don't think he's on anymore.
Isn't he?
No, of course not. Miss Jane. So what? How do we get on that? Oh, pranks.
Yeah,
Puppet shows, pranks.
String is a prank, and it's somehow related to broken bones. What have you broken?
Broke my leg.
Oh, you've got the big story.
Yeah, the BMX stunt.
I reckon okay, let's have a little play off here. I reckon mine could be nearly as dramatic as yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You tell yours.
2004 maybe, I was on Vega FM, which is now Smooth FM. So I left Nova for Vega. They're sisters. They're owned by the same building. Good. You have to say a good move.
Yeah.
Left Husey and Kate.
Yeah. And they've done nothing.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
And joined Sean McAuliffe and Denise Scott. So what a great team.
Yeah.
They left. Then I had Dicko and Chrissy,
Yep.
who are also a good team. Chrissy left. So it was me and Dicko. And so we're looking for ways to get the ratings up. And I said, I'll jump you on a BMX bike. Because I'd started riding my bike and I used to talk myself up.
Because you were a champion when you were a kid.
Well, let's not go too far. I got a third place trophy in the amateurs.
That's impressive.
Yeah, not impressive. So anyway, you turn up seriously to be one kid with one leg and a really fat kid, and you're the third one. You're like, well, I'm going to get something here today, aren't I? I'm going to get a place. Because they broke, what happened in BMX in the 80s, they broke it up. When you turn up to a track for a race, they go, you an amateur or a pro? And all the kids that thought they were good go, yeah, no, I'm a pro. I'm a pro. So all the good kids are going to pros, all the amateurs like me would be, just
smart.
Yeah, anyway. So I jumped Dicko outside on the concrete in front of Nova and Vega and broke my leg. So I cleared him. I was on a BMX. I cleared him and I landed and it went like that. You can hear it on the video. They're filming it.
You could hear your leg break?
Yeah, you can hear my leg break.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've used it in a comedy festival show. It goes like that. And then I didn't fall off the bike. I just took all the weight on the leg.
You've hit it with a stiff leg, have you?
Yes.
You hit it with so it's just shattered straight up through the leg.
Straight up.
Rather than bending at the knee.
Tibia, fibia.
Yeah.
Like a jigsaw.
How many did it break?
A lot of bones, he said. It was like a jigsaw in there, he said. And so the surgeon said. And so then I just sort of sat on a pot plant stand. I'm like, because it didn't hurt. I'm like, oh, it's done. They're interviewing. You can see me going into shock as they're interviewing me. I'm like, yeah, no.
Going a bit pale.
Yeah. And then they gave me a lift to the hospital in like the Rock Patrol, the Black Thunder.
Could you walk?
Yeah, that's
because the muscle will hold to a certain extent.
Once I got to the hospital, I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
I was in real pain.
Yeah.
And they got me a wheelchair and they wheeled me out and they put me on that steel table and the doctor on duty comes out and he goes, oh, man. Because I thought it just popped something out or...
Yeah.
You know when you hear those stories...
So you've gone... what's this one here?
No, it's both below the knee.
So everything was below the knee?
Everything was below the knee.
That's good.
Kind of went into the knee a little bit.
What's that one? That's the tibia.
Let's ask Sam.
Your femur or thigh bone is the largest bone in your body.
Femur.
The femur.
That's the biggest bone in the
tibia
body.
and the fibia ones are the ones below the shins and stuff.
Yeah.
And so the doctor rolls up my jeans. He goes, oh, you've broken your leg really badly. I'm like, really? He goes, what were you doing? I said, I was jumping someone on a BMX.
Yeah.
And he goes, you've got a ring. Have you got a partner? And I said, yeah, I've got a partner. You got kids? I've got 3 really little kids. He goes, whoa, you better ring her. I said, no, you ring her. So anyway, so I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Oh, it was horrible.
You've still got a plate in there?
No, they took all that out later.
That's good.
Yeah. That's why you limp, because you got metal.
But you limp a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight.
Do you have pain with it now?
No. I lost 10 or 15 kilos.
Why do you limp now?
I don't
Just play
know.
on it, just sort of juice it.
Because I'm a pirate. I have no idea. I used to limp a lot, but worse when there was metal in there. But once you take it out. But I lost a lot of weight because I came home. In the hospital, I couldn't eat. I was sort of vomiting a lot. Oh. And then, because all the morphine. Oh. And then when I came home, Kieran, she put all the food up high and I couldn't reach it.
Why?
Because I'm fat. So she put the food, I couldn't get up there to get the food, like the bad food. I couldn't reach it. I couldn't, because I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't get, so I lost a lot of weight.
When they do the Dave O'Neill bio, that'll be a big part of it. Because I broke my ankle. I get to my story in a second.
Oh, you broke your ankle in the pool.
I stepped backwards into the pool. Didn't know the pool was there. And I hit the step. But you remember when I just came home after getting the plaster on, and I thought I'll have a cup of coffee, and made the cup of coffee, and then I looked at the chair, and I go, I can't get the coffee.
Nah.
With crutches from me, so I had to then work out this transport system using tables and arms and blah, 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 to get to the. It was hell.
So what happened with you? You fell backwards.
I was
cleaning the pool.
No, I was playing with the cover, and I didn't. It's
like the start of a porno, but not a really bad one.
I'll just attend to your pool, madam. I stepped backwards and thinking there was decking there, and there wasn't decking, so I stepped straight into the pool, and as I went down, I hit the step. And it turned over. It was, and then I went to Tasmania for 3 days. I
didn't realise.
Didn't know.
Yeah, that's quite common though.
Yeah. Anyway, my story. I don't know. Maybe Sam. Can Sam judge the best story?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, this is good. So I was round at a friend's place. We're working on our bikes. I was 17, and we look and we go, "Oh, bit of thunder, it's a bad storm coming. I better go home." So, and we had our bikes pulled apart. And so I put my bike back together and jumped on and tried to beat the storm home. What I didn't realise was...
This is like a racer bike or
a
racer, yeah.
Because I put the bike together so quickly, I didn't tighten the nuts on the front
Did you have drags the handlebars?
No, it was a proper
racer bike
27.
With a curled over.
Yeah. I didn't tighten up the nuts on the front wheel.
Oh, no.
So
it's like an Amy ad.
I lived on Hillside Parade, okay?
That's on a hill.
Side parade, and it was a parade because we lived there. So I had this thing where I could come down, I'd jump over the little minor gutter, up across the lawn, and just get off at the bottom of the stairs, run upstairs. When I went to flick it over the gutter, I flicked the front wheel out of the...
Oh, no! So this the torque's the problem.
Yeah, there was no wheel. Oh. And then I went down, and I went face first into the driveway, and smashed my nose and all my teeth in, or one of my teeth in. I didn't come to until I was in the bathroom looking, going, God, there's no tooth and my face is all bloodied. They take me to the doctor. The doctor goes, where's the tooth? And they go, we don't know. Where did he land on the road? My
Go
brother
and get
goes
it.
back, and it was raining. He gets the tooth out of the gutter in the rain, puts it in a handkerchief, comes back,
What?
pushes it back into the hole, and I had that tooth for about, I don't know, the next 10 years.
Wow.
And then it finally used to wiggle, and it finally fell out.
That is great.
Now I've got fake one, not
got
fake. What do you call it? Got bridge work across
You got a
there.
denture that you pull out at night?
Yeah, and I had my nose has been done because it was smashed on the road.
Do you whistle when you pull it out? Often dentures whistle because you.
I don't have a denture.
Oh, I don't have denture. You got to put implants in there.
No, I've got a bridge.
A bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah.
So Sam, I wonder if she'll be diplomatic or she'll be.
Which story's better?
Which story's better?
Hard to say, but the important thing is that you both recovered well.
Wow, she couldn't decide.
Thank you, Sam. I feel
decide.
good. You feel good. There's no real winner. When it comes to broken bones, there's no real winner.
It's horrible.
But can I just go through what I've broken?
Yeah, what have you broken?
Arm.
How'd you do that?
Playing football.
As a kid.
As a kid, yeah. Nose, a couple of times. Bike. Finger. Flipped over on a wet lawn, landed on my finger and broke it, and went home. And I said, Mum, my finger's sore. She said,
Again, as a kid.
Yeah. And she said, run under a cold tap. So I'm running under a cold tap, and as I was running under a cold tap, I grab it and I sort of push it one way, and it turns at 45 degrees. Mum, I think I've broken my finger. She goes, ankle in the pool, and I've broken wind.
Several times.
Yeah,
already.
several times, yeah.
Well, I've only broken my leg, and I cracked a vertebrae in my back. I got a wedge fracture. I fell off stage doing stand-up.
No, that's
hideous.
What did you do for that?
They got an ambulance.
Oh.
And so I had to get taken out to
More
the Prince
morphine?
Pat, the Prince Pat Hotel.
More morphine?
Yeah, they gave me that thing in the ambulance.
The green stick?
Oh, the stick. Yeah, it was a while ago. It would have been the 90s.
And how did you feel having the stick?
Yeah, good. And then they couldn't really do anything for you, so I had to wear a brace and stuff and have bed rest. It was these days they would do something different. I think they wouldn't operate, but they'd give you more physio or something. Back then, I just lay in the bed.
And did you step and the stage wasn't there? What happened?
I ran off the stage and slipped and cracked it on the step. Oh, it's horrible. Oh. It's horrible. But people fall off stage. Eric Bana broke his
Did he?
leg or arm or collarbone. Yeah, just at the comedy club because, it's dark and you just step off and it's not there. Yeah, he definitely broke something.
Being backstage in any theatre, it's
it's dangerous.
There's
you got to be
wires,
careful.
there's holes.
And when people have adrenaline, I see both my accidents are when I've had adrenaline from performance.
Yep.
Because I'm a very cautious person normally. I wouldn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, and when
Such an idiot.
you feel like a bit of a king of the world, when you've
and
just
then
done a
you
good set, and you jump off stage.
So when I went to St. Vincent's with my back, I was lying there and these two young nurses come in and... they knew I was a comedian, so one of them had this big syringe with stuff in it, and she goes, the doctor's just said there's been a bit of a problem with your fracture, and we're going to have to inject this up your backside. So
that's fantastic.
Just can you put your gown up, turn over?
And you believed it.
Yeah, I believed it. Then they squirted it at me and just started laughing and ran off. Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
It's good.
Public health system.
But it is good when people don't get... Because I hate it when doctors go, or dentists go, oof, oh, gee, oof, huh.
Who did that great routine? Darren Casey. He was a great comic. He used to do that routine about, when a doctor says, oh, yeah, I've seen this all the time. I've seen this broken leg. I've seen it. He goes, you want a doctor to go, oh, I've never seen this. Oh, my God. Never seen this in my life.
Yeah, that's right. What's that? I don't know. Did Steve Martin do the joke where he goes, the guy goes to the doctor and the doctor says, because he's got his test results back, the doctor says, I've got some good news and some bad news.
Oh, yeah.
The bad news is you're going to die. The good news is you're going to have a disease named after you. Okay, broken bones. What does that mean in relation to string?
Oh, I don't know. That's that one. I do not know. I can only think that.
What do you do with broken bones? How do you fix them up?
Yeah, well, maybe
you know what you do if you have a certain type of broken leg. Was yours on a pulley in a bed? Did you have strings?
No. I had.
those,
yeah. You've seen it in movies.
Yeah, it's always in movies. It's always a cliche thing in a movie.
I didn't even have plaster, but I had like scaffolding. I had like a structure built around.
So
my,
it's like,
yeah, they had to operate. The first thing they did was put me into surgery and then stick bolts in me like a scaffolding around my leg.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if it's not that, it's plaster, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
plaster it's changed a lot since we were kids, I think.
Oh, really good. I know, because when I had my ankle done, they gave me a red plaster.
Yeah.
It's kind of give you a groovy colour. And then when you have your plaster cut off, it's really scary because it comes with an electric spinning blade.
Yes, I know.
And he goes, don't worry, this won't hurt you. And you're going, and And he goes, watch this. He puts it on his hand and nothing happens. He puts it on the plaster and it just cuts.
Well,
right through it.
orthopedic surgeons are like the guy said that like a cross between carpenters and sculptors, and because the guy before I went in, Peter Garb was my surgeon. He was a great guy, and he came along to Speaks and Specs one night with me. He was a big fan of the show. Him and his wife and his kids. Anyway, he showed me the surgeon's kit because they get every surgery they do. They get a new kit. They're sort of recycled, and there's a saw, a hammer. It's like a kid's carpenter kit. Screwdrivers. They just get in there because it's all bones. What they're dealing
golf
with.
with a guy who was the salesman for body parts.
Oh, really?
You just go around to the orthopedic surgeons and go, oh, what have we got in this week? We've got the new hips has come in.
Yeah, right.
The ball joint.
Well, the hips, knee. There was a big controversy about they had porcelain ones and they were plastic ones and there was a whole deal about it.
Have you seen the picture that's gone around online where someone comes up to you and goes, oh, I played tennis with a bloke the other day, had a completely artificial knee. And you want to see, and he gave me the X-ray of it. You want to see the X-ray? Have you seen it?
No.
And he shows you the X-ray of this two legs, and there's an artificial knee in there, but in between the legs is like a 12-inch cock.
Classic.
Classic. That's what I love. Anyway, we should.
Okay, let's get some music.
What I'm thinking is there some break dance music we could have?
Oh wow, sure there is some sort of generic.
Break dance. How does you've been on Speaks and Specs, but how does break dance music go? Boom.
It's just like rap. It's just like rap music.
Is it?
Oh, sort of similar, yeah. Break dancing was part of that world. You used to get your bit of cardboard outside the supermarket, do a bit of break dancing. Remember that? No, we're a bit old for that.
I reckon you would have done a bit of that. Was quite
no good. Rocksteady Crew. Hey, you, the Rocksteady Crew, show us what you do. No, I was a little bit old for that. I remember American Rosso used to do it in their shows. So they were the breakdancing generation. So they're a bit younger than us. They've been in their 40s now. Whereas, breakdancing was around, but we used to make fun of it.
Kath and Kim.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, not very good.
Oh man, I did this gig once with this breakdancing crew. And they were unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
And these young, about 6, they're like guys and girls, and they spin on their head and they do all this stuff. And I said to the guy, so do you make a living doing this? He goes, yeah, we teach, but our big money spinner is, what sort of function do you reckon they're hired for a lot to do break dances? What function?
Nursing home.
No, other end of the scale. Think younger.
Kids in hospital.
No. Oh. Bar mitzvahs. He said the young Jewish kids are mad for breakdancing. Yep, bar mitzvahs and the female version. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, that's how they make a living. They do bar mitzvahs because they get the kids up on stage and they,
What happens at a bar mitzvah?
Well, I've never been. I've only seen them in movies. Someone makes a speech, they sing, they have a bit of a celebration. There's food. Yeah.
That's not when they do the circumcision, is it?
No, that's not the circumcision bit. That's the brit. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Because that would be good at a breast because they'd cut the thing and then have someone come and go, whoa, yeah.
Spit on your head.
That's a bit of a celebration. So where are we? What are we doing? Oh, we've got to come up with our answers now.
All right, okay. So I reckon it had. I reckon. Oh, do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
I don't know. I think maybe it was like a way of like super glue and surgery.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking.
Yeah, I reckon silly string.
So you reckon what? You reckon that silly string was invented for another reason,
like to replace plaster casts. That's what I'm going to go with.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, I'm going to say that it was in your case when the wound was, because you know that super glue was invented for wounds in Vietnam.
Vietnam War, yeah, they used to use it.
I'm going to say that similar to you. I'm going to say that it was a string was like when it dries, it's an artificial bone. So they sprayed it on the bone. In your case, and then closed the leg back up, and then so it filled in the cracks. And maybe it didn't work, and then they just realised that it
marketed as a.
They went, oh well, it didn't work, but we'll still use it as.
In 30 years' time, Glenn Robbins and Rob Stitch will be spraying this at each other on a TV promo.
Okay, Sam, what is it?
The invention of the original silly string was accidental. In 1972, a United States patent was issued to Leonard Fish, an inventor, and Robert Cox, a chemist, for a foamable resinous composition. They initially wanted to create a can of aerosol that you could spray on a broken arm or broken leg and use it as an instant cast. Their invention worked, but when it came down to packaging the can, they have to test 500 different nozzles. After going through about 30 or 40, they came across one that produced string which shot right across the room. The incident inspired them to turn the product into a toy.
I was right.
Well done.
It's incredible. Because I've never heard that one before. I've never heard that before.
I know sometimes when they do artwork, sometimes they'll spray something with a lot of like plaster, and then it becomes artistic. But that's a brilliant idea to be able to spray on a cask as opposed to just doing the old, bowl of water and
yeah.
bit of plaster.
That's right.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Wonder why it didn't work.
Too much money in the silly string industry, maybe.
You would have to say, if they could choose between one they would want to work, it would be the plastic.
Yeah, because it's helping save lives and stuff, you'd reckon.
Surely, the backup plan would have been good, but it's not that much string in a can.
No.
You're not going to buy a house on that, are you?
Who's gonna? Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. Well, just make sure you don't do anything now, because
Break bones.
I assess everything in terms of getting.
Oh, so do I now. Oh, you're doing Russell Coit.
Oh, yeah.
Be very careful.
Did I tell you about the time that? Oh God, here I go. Showbiz anecdote.
Here we go.
Here we go. I was on our first shoot for Russell Coit. They said, "Can you ride a motorbike?"
Oh, yeah.
Going, can I ride a motorbike? Of course I can. Can just go right around the paddock over there, just down that hill over there and come back. Just go past the camera a couple of times and go, yeah, watch this. So I'm doing a couple of fast passes past the camera and they're going, whoa, he's good. Then I go down the hill and it locks in second gear and I'm going down a bumpy paddock towards a fence and nothing's going to stop it. It won't shift out of gear. So I squealed and jumped off the bike and landed on my buttocks. Ooh. It really hurt. And from that point forward, I didn't end up doing any. I not that I have stunt men, but we very.
Didn't do any of your stunts? I hate it when Tom Cruise and those guys say, "Oh, I do all my own stunts."
Oh, but did you see when he broke his ankle?
Yeah, I know. But what an idiot!
Well,
seriously, if I could get someone to go down the shops for me, I would. You know what I mean? What did he also do his own plumbing? Oh, I do my own plumbing. You got qualified plumbers, mate. You got qualified stuntmen that train years to do this. You turn up and the stuntman's standing there. No, take that off, Gary. Tom's going to do all him.
Because I know in surf movies, they actually put your face onto the person. So you can
with
see
technology.
The person riding the wave. You go, oh, it's his face. Yeah, it's not really.
So it's like Keanu in Point Break or whatever. No, don't
bang the table on that one. That's just don't be stupid.
Don't do your own stunts.
If Tom's listening, I know Tom does listen to this.
He loves it.
When he's training for his next movie, he often listens to Somehow Related. And
he loves it.
He's up on because he buggered up his ankle, I think.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Jackie Chan used to do them too.
My ankle's still a bit fatter. Look.
Yeah, that's the
one I broke.
So is my broken leg too.
So when you had your broken leg, you couldn't drive a car. So when I broke. Hang on, I must have.
I drove a car
because I could. You drove a car with a broken leg.
Yeah, well, eventually I could. Yeah, but not initially. No, not for the first. Again, that's why I lost weight because I couldn't drive down the shops and get food.
And how'd you go with the?
Go to the drive-through.
How'd you go in the old boudoir?
In the bedroom.
Had to work around it.
You know what? I think my wife was so angry. I didn't tell her anything about it because she goes, three kids, three really little kids.
Yeah.
Like one was at school, two were at home. So that's pretty full on.
Yeah. And she's so angry that you broke your leg.
Oh, very angry.
But it's not your fault. It's not like you.
Well, it is my fault because there was talk. I could have sued the railway station, but the railway station,
radio station,
the railway station. Should sue them.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, Thomas the Tank.
What's his name?
Fat controller. Go on. That's it. Don't get me started on that. He's like a pimp. He works those trains like hose. It's incredible. You've been good, Thomas. You're coming to the shed, but you, Percy, you're down by the old railway tonight, by the cemetery. You've been naughty.
So it's not
he's mean.
Mean.
Oh, he's mean. Anyway, but she was so angry because I would just go off the radio. She's so busy with the kids. We're all busy with the kids, and I didn't tell her.
You couldn't walk them when you came home?
No, I couldn't do anything. So
he had to
she was
sit
so
on the
angry.
and watch TV.
I think that pretty much the boudoir was put in pause for a long time.
Well, I don't want to go into too much detail, but with plaster have managed to masturbate. But anyway.
Well, that's
Sorry,
a whole different
we don't
scenario.
talk about that
That's a
stuff.
whole different scenario.
Yeah. That's
I didn't know you were talking about that.
I wasn't talking about that. I was trying to be funny. But I have managed to – anyway, that's another story. People with
I mean, that's the
plaster-
first thing you check when you break something. You just want to check all your waterworks are working.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
On
remember doing
on
that. I do remember when I break my back, the young nurses wanted to give me a sponge bath, and then my girlfriend came in and she said, no, I'm going to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have minded the
Well,
– geez, talk about start of a porn movie.
missed opportunities.
Geez, you was having a crack at me.
Feel like one now. It's hot in here.
Oh, stop it. Not interested.
Interested in new books? Subscribe to Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is a new podcast with me, Nellie Thomas. Each episode, you'll hear the first chapter of a new release book from top publishers. Subscribe and listen to Chapter 1, a new podcast with me, Nellie Thomas. Search for Chapter 1 where you're listening now. Interested in new books? Subscribe to Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is a new podcast with me, Nellie Thomas. Each episode, you'll hear the first chapter of a new release book from top publishers. Subscribe and listen to Chapter 1, a new podcast with me, Nellie Thomas. Search for Chapter 1 where you're listening now.